Have you ever looked in the mirror and wondered when your core started feeling weaker, when standing up felt a little slower, or your balance didn't feel quite as steady as it used to? A lot of people assume it's just part of getting older, that after 60, losing strength around the midsection is unavoidable. But here's what's interesting. Recent conversations in healthy aging research are shifting the focus. It's not about doing more intense workouts. It's not about punishing cardio. And it's definitely not about chasing quick fixes. What experts are emphasizing now is something much more practical: protecting muscle, improving balance, supporting posture, and strengthening the deep core muscles that help you move confidently every single day. Because your core isn't just about appearance. It plays a role in how you walk, how you breathe, how you protect your back, and even how stable you feel when you're carrying groceries or climbing stairs. If you've ever felt unsure about which exercises are actually safe, or wondered whether you're focusing on the right kind of movement after 60, you're not alone. Let me know in the comments what has been your biggest challenge when it comes to staying active. In this video, we're going to walk through simple, joint-friendly movements and lifestyle insights that support strength, balance, and long-term health. And one of them is probably not what you expect. So stay with me. Have you ever noticed that after 60, your body doesn't respond the way it used to? That your midsection feels softer, your balance feels slightly off, or your back gets tired more quickly than before? It can be frustrating and sometimes even confusing. You might wonder whether this is simply aging or if there's something you're missing. Here's the reassuring truth. Many of these changes are normal, and they're connected to shifts in muscle mass, posture, and daily activity patterns that naturally evolve over time. What's important is understanding what's actually happening beneath the surface. Because the conversation around healthy aging has changed. It's no longer about extreme workouts or chasing quick cosmetic results. Today, researchers and health professionals are placing far more emphasis on strength, balance, mobility, and long-term independence. One of the biggest shifts happens in your core. After 60, the body gradually loses muscle mass, a process often discussed in aging research. When the deeper muscles around the abdomen and spine aren't engaged regularly, posture can change. You might notice a slight forward lean, less stability when turning, or more effort required to stand up from a chair. It's not about appearance, it's about function. Modern health discussions now highlight that maintaining core stability supports everyday movements: walking, reaching, lifting light objects, and even breathing efficiently. And that's where simple, intentional movement becomes powerful. For example, standing core activation exercises are gaining attention, especially those that gently challenge balance. When you stand upright and coordinate a controlled knee lift with a slight diagonal motion, you're not just moving your legs, you're encouraging your deep abdominal muscles and stabilizers to work together. That diagonal pattern matters because it mirrors how we move in real life, when we step sideways, pivot, or reach across our body. Balance is something many people quietly worry about. Falls are a major public health concern in older adults, and maintaining coordination can play an important preventive role. The encouraging part is that balance doesn't require complicated equipment. Slow, controlled movements performed with attention to posture can gently stimulate those stabilizing muscles that often get overlooked. Upper body strength is another area that deserves attention. A lot of people avoid strength exercises because they assume they're too intense or risky. But wall-based movements offer a joint-friendly way to maintain pushing strength. Think about how often you push open a heavy door or use your arms to help stand up. These daily tasks rely on coordinated muscle engagement through the chest, shoulders, and core. When you perform a wall-supported push movement with proper posture, keeping the body aligned and the core lightly engaged, you're reinforcing patterns that support independence. There's growing discussion in functional fitness circles about progressive overload, which simply means gradually increasing the challenge over time. It doesn't have to be dramatic. Even small adjustments in stance or tempo can help maintain strength safely. Then there's rotational mobility, something that doesn't get enough attention. Many adults notice stiffness when twisting to look behind them while driving or reaching for something on a shelf. Gentle seated rotational movements can help maintain spinal mobility and trunk strength. They're accessible and adaptable, especially for those who prefer chair-based exercises. You may have also heard the term visceral fat in news reports. It refers to fat stored deeper within the abdominal area, surrounding internal organs. While the topic can sound alarming, the key takeaway from public health discussions is that waist circumference is one of several markers used to assess overall health trends. Maintaining an active lifestyle, supporting muscle mass, and staying consistent with movement habits are all factors associated with healthier outcomes over time. Another piece of the puzzle that's getting more attention is breathing. It might sound simple, but breathing patterns influence posture and stress response. Many people unknowingly adopt shallow chest breathing, especially during periods of stress. Controlled breathing, particularly slow, extended exhales, can support relaxation and improve awareness of the deep core muscles. Side bending movements combined with steady breathing encourage flexibility along the torso, while also reinforcing control. There's increasing interest in how the nervous system interacts with muscle tension. When breathing becomes slower and more intentional, it may help the body shift toward a calmer state. That's valuable because stress management plays a role in overall well-being. Speaking of stress, it's not uncommon for sleep patterns to shift after 60. Interrupted sleep, lighter sleep cycles, or earlier wake times can all affect energy levels. While movement alone isn't a cure for sleep issues, regular physical activity is widely associated with improved sleep quality in many individuals. Gentle strength and mobility exercises performed consistently may support a healthier daily rhythm. One movement that continues to stand out in healthy aging conversations is the bridge position, lying on your back with knees bent and lifting the hips into alignment. It might look simple, but it activates the glutes, lower back stabilizers, and deep core muscles. These muscle groups are part of what's called the posterior chain, which supports walking, climbing stairs, and maintaining upright posture. Posture itself is more than cosmetic. Over time, weakened back and hip muscles can contribute to a rounded upper back or forward head position. Strengthening supportive muscles may help maintain alignment and reduce strain during everyday activities. Again, the focus isn't on dramatic transformation. It's about reinforcing strength in areas that often become underused. Beyond structured exercises, there's a bigger conversation happening about daily movement. Not every benefit comes from formal workouts. Light activity throughout the day, walking, gardening, and household tasks, contributes to what's sometimes called non-exercise activity. These small bursts of movement add up. They help maintain circulation, joint mobility, and overall energy expenditure. Nutrition is another important part of the discussion. Many health experts emphasize adequate protein intake for maintaining muscle mass in older adults. Protein supports muscle repair and preservation, especially when combined with resistance-style movements. This doesn't mean drastic dietary changes. It simply highlights the importance of balanced meals that include sufficient nutrients to support aging bodies. Hydration, too, often gets overlooked. Thirst perception can change with age, and staying properly hydrated supports circulation, joint function, and energy levels. It's one of those small habits that can quietly influence how you feel day to day. Recovery deserves equal attention. The body may take slightly longer to bounce back from strenuous activity than it did decades ago. Rest days, stretching, and sleep are not signs of weakness. They're part of a balanced approach. There's growing awareness that sustainable routines outperform intense but inconsistent efforts. Perhaps the most powerful shift in mindset is this: healthy aging isn't about reversing time. It's about supporting function. It's about maintaining the ability to move confidently, carry groceries, enjoy walks, and participate in daily life without unnecessary strain. When the focus shifts from chasing rapid results to building stability and resilience, the entire conversation becomes more empowering. And here's something important to remember: change doesn't happen overnight. Muscle strength improves gradually. Balance develops through repetition. Posture awareness builds over time. Consistency matters more than intensity. If you're navigating changes in your body and wondering what's realistic, you're not alone. Many people share similar concerns about energy, stiffness, or feeling less steady than before. The encouraging part is that small, intentional actions, performed regularly, may support meaningful improvements in how you feel and function. Listening to your body is essential. If something feels uncomfortable or unusual, it's wise to seek guidance from a qualified healthcare professional. Personal medical decisions should always be individualized. What we're discussing here is general education, information meant to support awareness, not replace professional advice. As you reflect on your own routine, think about this. Are you prioritizing stability as much as strength? Are you moving consistently throughout the day? Are you allowing time for recovery? Sometimes, the most impactful adjustments are the simplest ones. If this conversation resonates with you, take a moment to share your thoughts below. What has been the biggest change you've noticed after 60? Your experience could encourage someone else who's going through the same thing. And if you found this discussion helpful, consider liking the video so more people can join the conversation around healthy aging. In the next discussion, we'll explore another often overlooked factor that quietly influences strength, balance, and long-term vitality. And it might surprise you how much control you actually have over it.